What's up, guys? How you doing? It's your boy, Bitcoin Rodney, coming to you guys straight from the basement into another exciting Zoom. A Zoom that is very, very hard for me to keep my excitement in. As you can see across my face, I am super excited. One of the major things that we're here to talk about today is a Pacific company called Be Epic. And what's the most exciting thing about that is we have our main man, entrepreneur around the world, Lance Conrad, and the owner of the actual Be Epic opportunity, Mr. Dan Putnam. We're here today for you guys to get to know the owners, get to know myself, what I'm going to do as far as building my team, what to expect from the company, things that are coming in the future, how to get started real fast, and know some of the products. So that's the reason why we are here today. So for those who will be watching this video in the near future, be sure to get back to the person who referred you to this actual Zoom presentation, get with them and make sure you make it happen ASAP. So the first person I think I want to bring to the table that we have here is my main man, Lance Conrad. So he can tell you exactly what we have going on here, why it's so exciting. And before I even bring him on, let me tell you the reason why I actually joined myself. 99% of everybody I know were so surprised when they seen that I was inside of a product-based company. Because I haven't done, only I've done in the last 4, 5, 6 years is cryptocurrency. And I'm still doing it and doing well with it as well. However, I haven't done a product-based company since 2013, and I was selling a milkshake for $500. From $500 to $1,200, I was selling a milkshake, and it was selling. It was the shake mix that tastes like cake mix. And it did very well for the time being, at least. And I was busy building other things, and this kept coming across my desk, but I was just too busy to take a serious look at it. And now that we have this thing at home where we're all quarantined, I had more time to do a lot more things and to take a lot more looks at things that might be important. And then a certain person said, just kept telling me, man, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. So I said, just out of this, okay, please let me look at it so you can stop calling me, right? So I looked at it. I said, okay, great, I like that. It had a good ring to it, the purple pill, this, that, and the other. And the comp plan was nice. I seen how guys were building this thing super fast. And at this point in time in life of being quarantined, we definitely need some things that are more healthy for us, that are all naturally boost our immune system as well. So it made a lot more sense now than it did then. It always depends on the right timing. And right now, to me, this is the right time. And that's the reason why I'm here. You have my full efforts to help you build and make things happen. So those who know me, my name is Rodney Burton, AKA Bitcoin Rodney, just so you guys know that. So without further ado, please let me introduce one of the great guys that I know and learned a lot from, who's one of the biggest entrepreneurs across the map. I think he's from Utah, by the way, as well. His name is Lance Conrad. Lance Conrad, are you there?
I'm here. What's shaking, man?
You shaking. Talk to me.
Awesome. Fired up, guys. I'm excited to be on. I mean, you guys know where Rodney goes, money flows. You got to be ready to run with the money, with the Rodney. I'm excited. I didn't know we were going to be jumping on this Zoom tonight. And Dan reached out and said, hey, do you want to jump on a Zoom? I'm like, sure. He's like, that's with this guy, Rodney. I'm like, Rodney, let's go. Fired up. So, hey, guys, so my background, I'm married 22 years. I've got 3 daughters, 20, 17, and 13. That is a lot of estrogen. You need some mood boosters just to keep it all together. And so we got the products for you. I was having a call last night, and it was all with like top. Okay, so my background, I was a team elite in Nu Skin. I was a white diamond in Monavie. I was a diamond in 30 Days in Jeunesse. So 3 different billion-dollar companies, and I received awards for being the fastest builder in the world in all 3 of those companies at that time. And so, and then I got away from the field side. I did a lot of like rebranding and consulting for a few years. And I'd come into companies to fix them, like find out what's wrong with them. Let's rebrand them, relaunch them. Let's fix the, get the story right, and I got introduced to Dan, who I'd actually heard nothing. I've known Dan for a lot of years. We just never worked together. But a mutual friend of ours said, hey, come look at Be Epic with Dan. And I sat down and looked at this company, and it was the first company in a decade that I've looked at as a consultant who does turnarounds, who does rebrands, who does launches, and said, holy crap, that thing's made to be smashed, like flat out smashed. And I didn't want to be corporate. I said, let's go build it. I mean, like, so let me tell you a little bit about this deal right here, right now. I was talking to some really experienced network marketers yesterday, and I sat down with these people. They've been, you know, full-time network marketers for a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades. And I said, look, they're like, is this going to be just a come and go type deal? Is this a quick run, or what do you see here? And I said, we are flat out changing the network marketing business. We are twice as good as any other company on the planet today. The model is twice as good. And we're not going to be the next $100 million company. Those are, you know, that's already done. We're on pace to do that this year. We can be one of the next uber great companies, you know, the next Jeunesse, the next, you know, Isagenix, the next Nu Skin, the next whatever. And they said, well, explain to me why. And I'll tell you flat out, the first thing that sticks out to me when I look at an MLM is that we've got great products in our industry, but we're overpriced. So you sell overpriced, overhyped products, then you got to be really good at selling because there's so like hype. There's so much hype involved. And so with that, we've got great products at great price points. This product right here, $50 for a month's supply, all natural, whole food based, no synthetics, multivitamins. It's got your adaptogens with like cordyceps and reishi mushroom. It's got your mood enhancer. It's got your focus factor. And then it's got spinach, broccoli, carrot, tomatoes, beet, shiitake mushrooms. It's all natural, whole food based. You take it, you feel it. It's like whew, dialed in. These product right here, there's 2 different pills in this. One you take at night, helps you fall asleep, stay asleep, and stress less while you sleep. And the other one is a prebiotic, probiotic cleanse that it's got your senna, your milk thistle, your dandelion root, the prebiotics, probiotics, right? So you lose weight while you sleep. And I'm just telling you.
Before you go to further, let me ask you one more question. Is there Yohimbe in one of these products?
Yes, there is Yohimbe in one of these products. That is correct. And we're actually.
Don't get that part.
And so this one's $59 for 50 PV. So together they'd be $109. But if you add them together as an auto ship, you get them for $89 with 70 points of volume. 3 different products. That's our whole system. That gives you focus, sleep, energy, and weight loss for $89. Like really? Most other companies, that doesn't even buy you 1 product. I mean, in my first company, it was $150 for a month's supply of their multivitamins. It was like, either my wife's going to be healthy or I'm going to be healthy because we can't both afford to be healthy this month. And I'm like, we got 3 girls. You're going to be healthy because you got to take care of the girls. Here, you get the whole system. I mean, there's no starter kit. There's no barrier to entry. This is like super easy. Who do you know that needs to lose weight while they sleep? I mean, you just go outside to McDonald's and go, hey, look, you're fat. I mean, not PHAT fat, you're capital F, capital A, capital T, you're fat. I got something for you. Here it is. Please do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Take this today. No, really, it's awesome. You're going to lose weight while you sleep. It's not that hard. I'm joking around a little bit. If you tried that, you get a black eye. I did try it. I got a black eye. It wasn't good. But I'm just saying the products sell themselves. They're awesome. And then we've got a comp plan that's twice as good as the other people. And like you look at it and you say, oh, that's hyperbole. Well, first of all, I personally don't argue comp plans with people because they almost all pay the same. They pay within 37 to 43%. They usually say they pay 50%. They lie. I've been in a lot of corporate meetings. They pay about 37 to 43%. Or less in some cases. And people say, well, what comp plan do you like? And well, all comp plans have pros and cons. So this is a binary. And typically the pro to a binary is you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I mean, the biggest checks in the industry come from binaries. The cons are you're going to have 10 to 20 distributors that make like 80% of the money for the whole company. And the front end starves. Nobody makes money on the front end. I mean, I left a really big check in a binary company because they literally couldn't show me how to make $1,000 a month. Like the math, they couldn't even do the duplication model. Like, well, if you sell this many kits, no, not fast cash. I mean, residual income. How do you make $1,000 a month? I had the president and the owner on, and they couldn't show me. And I'm like, my people are starving. Like, I can't put them in a deal where I don't believe they can win. Well, we start our comp plan with a matrix. And this matrix, first of all, you get two customers, you're break even. You get 50% on retail. That's awesome. Second, then you have a lifestyle bonus where it's like a matrix on the front end. You get two who get two. That's a team of 6, and you're making $100 a month. Look at this. I got a little spreadsheet and everything. 3 who get 3. If you can do 2 who get 2, you can do 3 who get 3. You make $300 a month. You go to 4 who get 4. You sponsor 4. You help them get 4. You're at $500 a month. One more time. You do 5 who get 5, and you're at $700 a month with the lifestyle bonus. That's a team of 30 people at $89 a month. Now let me break this down for you. In just about any other comp plan, I'm talking product-based deals. I know there's some digital deals that are a little different, but in a product-based deal, any other comp plan, your break-even point to residually pay for the product that you're ordering is about 30 distributors. It ranges from about 25 to over 40. We'll just say averages 30 distributors to break even, not make money, just break even. With 30 distributors in our deal, you're at almost $1,000. You have $700 a month plus the binary plus the check match. You're at like $800 to $900 a month on the low end with only 30 people. Well, okay. I don't know about you, but 1 in 10 Americans today are out of work. 1 in 10 Americans today are at home going, what the crap am I going to do to pay the bills? Like, we can literally answer prayers with this deal, help them lose weight, help them feel good, help them sleep better, and help them make an extra $800 to $900 a month. Now, that's not in the US life-changing money, but it is oxygen. Now, in most of the world, 80% of the world, which we're in a lot of the world, a lot of the countries right now, $800 to $900 is life-changing money. Like, that's a full-time income. Forget about it type money. And here's the cool thing, guys. First you do it, then you teach it. First you do it, then you teach it. You teach 12 people to go get $700 a month, get a team of 30 people. You teach 12 people how to do that down a pay leg. 12 people down a pay leg that are making about $1,000 a month. You don't have to sponsor them. They can be anywhere down that leg, and you're a diamond making 6 figures in our deal. That's it. So we're twice as good on the front end. Actually, we're like 5 times better on the front end as any other company that I know of, and twice as good on the back end. We pay up to 20% lesser leg binary, 5 generations of check. You don't even have to teach that stuff. Just teach the lifestyle bonus and duplicate the lifestyle bonus over and over and over again. And so it is flat out a better model. We are set and poised to be one of the biggest companies in the industry. We already are the biggest story in the industry right now in the US. And you guys are just coming in on a great time with a great leader, and really the philosophies and the concepts. You know what? It doesn't always come together. It doesn't always get a perfect storm, but Dan has a brilliant mind coming from the industry, being a distributor for 30 years, then being an owner for a lot of these years, most recently. And, you know, he's tinkered with this, he's tinkered with that. All of the pieces have come together in this deal where we're going to absolutely crush the competition. They're either going to have to get better or they're going to have to get out of the way, because we're going out to just freaking just crush it. So with that, I'll give it back to Rodney, Dan, whoever, and thanks for having me on.
Lance, man, you are awesome, and that's why you're one of the best trainers in the entire world, because you give it up so well, man. You give it up so exciting and detailed, man. I really love that short 5 get 5 type of thing. Within the last 48 hours, I've done a little bit of my tricks and tips there, and I was able to bring in 114 personals, and a good number of them upgrade as well. So it's
wow.
really simple, And then the team itself, we brought in a little over 200 people in the last 48 hours. So it's exploding already, you know. And, you know, I wanted a challenge, but I didn't think it'd be this easy. So, I mean, I don't know if it's me or it's the system, but it's really, really simple to find someone who wants to make an extra 500 to 1,000 or more per week or per month. And I'm pretty excited about raising the income of others with a very, very simple system. So before I go any further, I definitely want to bring the man, the myth, legend on, my main man, Mr. Dan Putnam, who's the actual owner of this actual great ordeal. I met him before in Mexico, hanging out on some other things we were doing in the past, and then we lost contact. And then one day I found out, hey, Dan's the owner of this, and I said, oh my gosh, that's my homeboy right there. Great guy. Let me get him on a Zoom so we can hear it straight from the man's mouth and get to know who the owner is, tell him what's going on, what's happening, what he feels he's going to take this company. And from what I'm hearing, the company's already been around for what, 3 years, Lance?
Yes, so the company's been around 3 years, a little over 3 years, 3.5 years. Has done tons of sales, huge sales, over $100 million of sales, mostly out of like Eastern Europe, Russia, Siberia, places like that. I've jumped on in the last, was the end of November, really sort of kicked off December 1st. And it's been the fastest build that I've ever been around. 6-figure monthly checks and growing. So, and we're talking product. So this is with no starter kits. It's crazy.
I mean, with a 50% retail, you mean it pays out 50% on retail? You know, no matter if you don't build it at all, if you did the retail alone, you're still earning 50%, you know, of the product every single Friday. I mean, if you didn't bring anyone in, you did your own thing, you're still earning a great income. Am I correct about that, Lance?
Yes. I mean, you get 10 customers, you're making $500 a month. I mean, the reason why it's been so hot is because people that have never made money in the industry before are making money like their first week. You add, you tag, you message 30 people into our Facebook group, 100% epic, add, tag, message 30 people. You're going to start making money today. This week,
you'll be favor, type that link into the chat for me, the distributor group. I don't have that yet. Distributor group, I have the 100% epic, but I don't have the other one for the actual leaders. And so one more thing, question I want to ask before I bring Dan on, is a lot of people on my team right now are excited that they woke up this morning and they've seen tons of spillover. How did the spillover work for the team members? Is it a plus for them?
Yeah, so I mean, that's the cool thing is you're building out this lifestyle bonus, 5 who get 5, 30 people, right? But while you're doing that, they all filter into a binary. And so a binary, I mean, everybody has to filter down one leg or another. And so everybody's building together. So you get spilled. Now, truthfully, everybody's got to build 2 legs, period. Everybody's got to build 2 legs. But when everybody's pushing for these lifestyle bonuses and they're personally enrolling and they're enrolling and helping their people enroll and they're getting their teams of 30 together, what you find is there's this momentum of everybody building together that creates spill that you only get in binaries. You just don't get that kind of spill in any other comp plan. And in which case, maybe you get a lot of help in one of your legs. How awesome is that? Consider that a bonus. Doesn't happen for everybody, but it can happen for you. And as teams like this are launching with, 100, 200 signing up in the same, 24-hour period, you're going to see a lot of that momentum as it funnels down line from you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lance Conrad. Now, before he falls asleep on me and gets off the line here, let's bring on the great Dan Putnam. Dan, are you there?
I sure am. Can you hear me?
Yes, there you go. Love the hair, man. Love the hair. I don't have any. My dreads are gone since last time. I had to cut them, man. I'm getting a little older now. Cut them off.
Hey, you lost some weight too, man. You look great.
Man, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Just don't grow up.
So Dan, tell us more about what you got going on here, man. We haven't seen you in a while, but I guess you've been around making things happen. I'm just not seeing you again for the first time today. First time you've spoken in a long time was today. Tell us, what you think is so exciting about what you got going on here and where you see it going.
Yeah, great question, Rodney. Basically with Be Epic, And everything that I've helped launch over the last 17 years, we've been, kicking off companies a lot, like Lance said. We've done a lot of different things over the years, and helped 4 different companies reach over $100 million in yearly sales. And so we've kind of seen what works, what doesn't work. And really the whole key is not just the vision of the company, not just the products and the compensation plan. It's been able to attract the right leaders. I mean, that's the real thing that makes things happen in this industry. And so my goal for the last 17 years has always been the same thing. I want to create the best duplication and retention model ever created, because at the end of the day, that's what this business is about. If you can duplicate, everybody's seen the power of one. That's just, if I get 2 people and they get 2 and they get 2, or just like that's doubling every month, every day, every hour, just depends on how fast you want to move. But a lot of people have seen that penny doubling, and they realize in 30 days, it's $5 million. If you looked at that, if you signed up 1 person and then the next month they signed up each a person, and they each signed up a person, and they each signed up a person, that'd be 30 months to have 5 million people. 31 months, you'd have 10 million people. So the bottom line is that's duplicating by ones, which is the lowest number you can duplicate by. If you duplicate by 2s, 3s, 4s, or 5s, the numbers get into the multiple millions within the first year. And so the bottom line that most people don't really understand in network marketing is if you can create duplication, you can make unlimited income. And then you also have to have retention. So the basic model is pretty simple. And it's not like this is the first time we've ever put this together. We've been putting something similar to the lifestyle bonus on top of a 2-team plan now for 16 years because it just makes sense. And also the same thing with the 50% retail. And the thing I want to point out, it's not 50% of CV, it's 50% of the actual dollar every single time they order. So if they order a $50 product, you make 25 every month. And then there's still 20% that's going on the pay leg of the 2-team plan that pays out the entire upline. If they order $100, obviously 50% of 100 is 50. And that's one of the things that we've been seeing happen and really creating that explosive growth is we'll have some people that actually can join the business for free, make unlimited income on customers, go get 5 or 10 customers their first couple of weeks, and they've already made $400 or $500. And that's creating a lot of excitement in people all over the world. And so then you take that to the next level, people that are building the business and really focusing on duplication. I want to talk when I'm talking about our goal to create that best duplication system ever created. So some people might be asking, well, what is the system? And the system's super simple. Rodney, since I know you've only been in for 48 hours, probably everybody on this has been in for 48 hours or less, or maybe they're not even in at this moment. So the duplication system we have is we've created a phone app. Just be epic. Go to the Play Store or Apple Store, download Be Epic. It's by 212 Technologies. It's a free app for every single person. You log in with the exact same login that you log into your back office. The first thing there is going to be a getting started video. And that getting started video is basically going to tell you exactly what to do. Just like Lance said, first thing we're going to ask people to do is add 30 people to the Facebook group. The link to the Facebook group's right there. A lot of people have heard of this ad tag message. It's probably the most powerful system over the last 5 or 6 years that's creating multiple $100 million and even billion-dollar companies in the US and all over the world, because people want to see other people that are using the product and having results. So you add them to the group, you tag them so that they see that they were added, and then the message is the most important part. And here's where we do something that's much more powerful than I've seen others do in the industry. We message them through the phone app. So when I message them through the phone app, if I was going to message you, Rodney, I'd say, hey, Rodney, this is Dan. I came across a product I think you would love. I went ahead and added you to the testimonial group so you can see how it's affecting other people. I tagged you so that you'll see it. Here's a quick video. If you have any questions, get back to me. And then I send that to you. And how do I send it? Any way that I want. I can text that. I can email that. I can send it to you on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, Snapchat. Any way that you can send a message, anything that has a messenger service, you can send through the app. Now here's the kicker. I added you to the group. I tagged you. As soon as you click on that link, I'm notified, and I'm also notified how much of the video you watched, anything else that you clicked on. And that's cool that I can see the analytics of my own people. But even more important than that, let's say that you go ahead and get started and you say, hey, this looks pretty good. The first thing I'm going to do is say, Rodney, go ahead and download the app. And then I'm going to teach you to do that exact same thing. Tag or add 30 people, tag them, send them the message. Now, here's the other thing. Analytics has kind of been the missing link in network marketing. I can see every invitation that you send. I can see if somebody clicked that invitation. I can see if they clicked the more information, if they clicked the getting started, every single thing that happens. And then let's say that you sign up Lance, and I can see if Lance is sending out invitations. I can see if he's getting clicks. So every single person in my organization, I can see the analytics of what they're doing or what they're not doing. So the getting started is just that duplication process. If you add 30 people to the group that are, you know, basic humans with the same needs and wants that every other human being needs and wants, you're probably going to get at least your 2. We all know if everybody gets 2, what happens. And so the next part of that, that's the getting started. Then we have the why section, where we're getting people to think about what they want out of this business. There's about 70 or 80 different topics. They need to choose at least 5 of them. And then I'm going to know if you're wanting more money, more free time, vacation, better health, all of these different things. There's like 60 or 70 different categories that you can choose. Then you're going to make your commitment. How many invitations are you going to send out a day? And I can see all this as your sponsor. And the app's going to remind you. So if you say, I'm going to send out 5 invitations a day, and it's 4 o'clock at night and you haven't, the app's going to pop up and say, hey, Rodney, you haven't met your goal. Do you want to go ahead and send some now? If you say no, I'm going to know that as your sponsor. So you have the ability to know if somebody's serious or not. And what I found is, just like you said, you know, you brought in, you know, 100 and some people through the BEpic Builder system in 48 hours. It's super easy to teach anybody how to do that also. But the thing that we've done with the phone app is now I can know what the teams are doing, what the people are doing. And so I feel that we have the best duplication and retention model created. As far as the vision of the company, as Lance said, we've done over 100 million in the first 3.5 years. We're on pace that with the growth that we're having right now, we should do 100 million this year. We have people that have, you know, come in starting December 1st. Many of these are in Lance's group and just killing it, doing millions of dollars in volume. Brand new people in less than 5 months doing $3+ million a month in their organization. And these aren't people that, some of the people that have done it weren't even full-time when they joined BEpic. And now all of a sudden they're seeing those checks that most people don't even think exist unless they've got them coming. But you're seeing yearly checks coming every single week. And so that's when the excitement really takes off. But the biggest thing that I've seen since we started helping put companies together back in 2003, the goal has always been the same: duplication and retention. And it's always been a global market. And the reason we put these lifestyle bonuses is we think of, you know, what it's like to live here in the United States, and some people have a skewed, you know, vision of that. But just like Lance said, if you really look at the world, the global economy, 80+% make less than 500 US per month. 80%. You have basically all of Mexico, Central and South America. The average income there is at $500 or $600 per month. The minimum wage income is about 150 to 200 per month. You have basically the entire continent of Africa, same economy. You have almost all of Southeast Asia, same economy. You have India with over 1 billion people, same economy. You have China with over 1 billion people, same economy. You have the former Soviet Union with almost 500 million people, same economy. All of those economies are that 500 or 600 per month is a full-time income. So when you have 80 to 85% of the entire world making less than 500 per month US dollars, and we can show them how to create that full-time income with 20 people in their group, how to almost double that full-time income with 30 people in their group. That's where I think if people get that picture, that's where they can see the true vision of the company. And that's why I think it's done so well in some of those markets. I mean, the top income earner in the company, I think he's probably about 10 or 11, and we're talking cumulative. There's some people that have passed his monthly income now, but cumulative income, he's made over $4 million in a little over 3 years. And it's not a master distributor, no games played. He's on the inside of an inside leg, about 10, 11, 12 levels down from the company. From Siberia, average income about $200 US, and he's earned $4 million in the opportunity. And it's taken on average 3 to 5 weeks to get product in that marketplace. 3 to 5 weeks. So it's not like they're getting it in 3 to 5 days. And so what we've seen is what makes things happen is that type of leadership. And now what we're seeing when I talk to Lance, and we're talking about other things, because I have several network marketing companies. I mean, I'm a an entrepreneur, and have been for a long time, and we're just kind of talking about different businesses that I have, different businesses that we've looked at. And I basically said, and this is the same thing I'd say to every single person on this call, it's this simple. I'd really take a hard look at BEPIC. We're extremely competitive with any company in the industry, period. I don't care what the company is, product-wise, comp plan-wise, anything. We compete very nicely. I think that in most areas, we beat them, but there's other good companies. I'm not saying that there isn't. It's a great industry. I love network marketing, and there's a lot of good companies. There's a lot of great leaders in the industry.
Hey, Dan, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Can I ask you one question? I wanted to address the elephant in the room. You don't mind if I do that, do you?
No.
So someone asked me, how does this compare, I don't want to name any names, to that other tea company that's out there? I don't want to put any names out there.
I mean, people can compare them themselves. If you look at, well, how many people does it take to get in profit with customers? Here it's 2. Actually, if you get a customer that buys a bigger product than you can break even with 1 person. What is it? Can you join for free and never place an order and max out the plan? Or you can join for free, never place an order, and max out the plan. How many people does it take to break even with just distributors? I don't know exactly what tea company you're talking about, because there's several of them. There's about 5 companies that have that broken off, but I know most of those companies take 30 people plus to break even. So if you're looking at what does it take to break even residually, we're talking about residual income, not linear income. So we're not talking about fast starts. A lot of them have a 50% fast start, but residually, most of those other companies are taking literally 30 people, 15 left and 15 right, if it's a 2-team plan, in order to just break even. So do you want to get those 30 people and just barely cover your auto ship, or do you want to get 30 people and be making $800 a month? That's the question I ask them. So I think that, but it doesn't matter if it's a tea company, it doesn't matter if it's any company, a CBD company, anything. We compare very nicely. And those are the things I look at. What does it take to break even with customers? Ours is 2, and you can actually do it with 1. Here's the other thing, Rodney, to point out, our largest package is $99. So we're doing this type of volume with the largest package in the company being $99. And we still have people in their first 4 or 5 months doing millions of dollars in volume. And so those are the things that I think are important, but I think even more important than that, a lot of people don't know the track record. We started this company November 11th of 2016. So that's where we are, 3.5 years. And so I think one of the things, and this is what I told Lance, I said, here's what's exciting about this opportunity. We have people making 6 figures a month. We have people making 7 figures a year. In the US at that time, and this is just November, this is late November. In the US at that time, we're doing about 150,000 a month in the US. And so that's what I said. When you have a company that's over 3 years old, has 7-figure earners, 6-figure monthly earners, that's saying that there must be something right. The products must be working, the comp plan must be working, these types of things. And we're a US-based company, and we're only doing 150,000 a month in the US. Not because we wasn't marketing in the US, we just didn't find the leadership in the US. The leadership popped up in some other countries. Who knows why? We weren't, marketing the business in Siberia. It's just, that's why not, in the top 3 or 4 or 5 levels in the company. It's just one of those things. Leaders, pop up. You don't know. But I said a lot of times when people have looked at my companies for a lot of years, and some of them have done very well, some of them haven't done as well. And one of the things that's been hard to attract leaders because we've never had those big packs. Some companies we've launched, the largest pack is $40. And that's it. $40 is the largest pack. And, you know, a lot of leaders look at that and say, well, geez, I can't make any money over here. And others have looked at, man, this comp plan's too aggressive. I don't think it can sustain. And so when we've already run 100 million through the comp plan and it's still going strong, you know, a lot of those questions are already answered. When we already have 7-figure yearly earners and 6-figure monthly earners, people don't have to wonder, can this pay 6 figures a month? Can this pay 7 figures a year? It's already doing it. But here's what's crazy. Now that we got some leadership in the US, it's dominating in the US. When we got leadership in Peru, we dominate Peru. When we get leadership in Ecuador and Bolivia, we dominate those countries. It's basically like every single country that we have leadership in, we're dominating those countries. Right now it's going crazy in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Why? We didn't just launch those countries because we're getting leadership in those countries. Every single country that we have leadership in, we do very, very well. US right now is our fastest growing market, which is good because we're a US-based company. It's easier for us to handle that. And we have groups doing millions of dollars a month just in the US that's popped up within the last 4 or 5 months. So what does that do for everybody on here? People are hearing about it. A lot of people are hearing about it, but they haven't joined because they're hearing about it from people they don't have a close relationship with. So I can almost guarantee you, if you make the decision to join and you start to reach out to your center of influence, a lot of them have already heard about it from 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 different people. And some of them have been sitting on the fence, but now they hear about it from somebody they've worked with, somebody they have a relationship with, they jump in. And some of them are jumping in. You'll contact a lot of people that are already in. And then you'll be thinking, man, I missed that guy or I missed this guy. And you'll also find some people that you're just a day late or an hour late. But it's, man, I just talked to Lance, 3 hours ago and I took a spot. It's awesome. And so what I recommend when you have this type of timing in a company, something that's growing this fast, that you just go all in. And that's how we have people, going out and creating tens of thousands a week in a 3-4 month period of time in a company that the largest pack is $99 and the most popular pack is $89. So
hey man, I love the system that we have here as far as the duplication system. That way a lot of individuals with a little bit of effort can go a long way.
yeah.
We talked a lot about that. Tell me more about the actual product itself. I mean, it by being natural, by helping people. I've seen a lot of the actual results of individuals having better moods, they're more happy. And during the time of this coronavirus, I've heard it also boosts the immune system as well. So talk a little bit more about that, because that has not been talked about a lot since I've been in the last 48 hours. So, and I heard you may have some new products coming too as well, like the Hydrate or whatever. So if you can go over those things right quick, that'd be pretty good for the
yeah. So I'll just go quick. First off, this is what started it all, November 11th, 2016, Elevate. When I was talking to the manufacturers, here's basically what I said. I want to figure out what would be the best way to start your day. Because in my mind, even though a lot of people start their day with coffee or 5-hour energy or an energy drink, I'm like, that can't be the best way to start your day. So we started talking about what can we do with no synthetics, no synthetic vitamins, all whole food, fruits and vegetables like Lance read. And then let's throw in some, popular health ingredients, medicinal mushrooms that have been used for thousands of years all over Asia, all over the world. So that's where you have your Ganoderma, your Chaga, your Cordyceps. And then let's go in with a great mineral complex, because minerals are the building block of the body. You have to have minerals in order to assimilate. So that's why I always hear vitamins and minerals. Vitamins that we have come from whole foods. Minerals come from the Great Salt Lake. You hear about the Dead Sea minerals. Great Salt Lake is much more mineral dense than the Dead Sea. And so it's also cool because it's like 5 minutes from my house. So then we wanted to say, okay, that's great. You have awesome whole food vitamins, medicinal mushrooms, and minerals. But if people just take that, most people aren't going to really feel it. They'll take it because they think they should, but we want to take that and really be one of the first companies to turn that into a nootropic. And so we also are working with ingredients that help fire up the brain, better mental clarity, focus, memory. And bottom line, if you're going to be a business person, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, then you got to be able to focus. You got to be able to have some energy. and feel like you're alive. And so that's really what Elevate's designed to do. And then Accelerate, there's two more things that I thought were extremely important in just performance-based health. So if you're gonna ask what type of company are you, I'm gonna say we're a performance-based health company that's giving people nutrition to help them perform at their best. And so that comes to the next one, Restore. We call it Detox, but in the EU, when we got the products registered, they said we couldn't use the word detox, so we changed it to Restore. This is gonna be your activated charcoal. This is your, different detox ingredients like the milk thistle and the dandelion root and those. And then it's also your digestive enzymes and pre and probiotics. So basically your gut health and your detox product, which is extremely important. I think gut health is one of the most ignored things in people's health. Most diseases, I've seen some things that say all diseases start in the gut, but definitely most diseases start in the gut. It's being linked to depression, all kinds of things. They're treating depression now with pre and probiotics. They call your gut your second brain because of the living organisms in there are basically telling you how you're feeling, your emotions, what you're craving, the types of foods. Because what's crazy, I saw an article that talked about, I think somewhere in the neighborhood of 75 to 85% of our DNA is not human. Think about that for a second. What it is, it's all these microbes and all these living organisms that are living inside of us. If we don't keep them under control and it goes the wrong way, then it's very hard to get healthy. So most of those are living in your gut. So gut health is something that is going to pop up. I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve in educating on that. But now it's just like that thing when you see a yellow Jeep, or you go buy a yellow Jeep or any color Jeep or any color car, then all of a sudden you start seeing them everywhere. And it's like, man, I got this car, I never saw another one. Now I just saw in the last week, I saw 10 of them because your perception changed. Now that you have it, you start to recognize things. Now that you've just heard right now me talking about the importance of gut health, you're gonna start seeing it everywhere, all over the internet, all over everything. And then the last thing is sleep. And again, if you don't have a decent sleep, if you don't sleep at least decent or average, how good do you feel the next morning? How well do you perform the next day? And there's several reasons that people don't sleep well. Number one is stress and anxiety. And most of that's because they're struggling with relationships, struggling with job, the coronavirus scare. All of these different things are affecting people. And when your mind is worried, you struggle to sleep. So we have things to help control the cortisol levels, which is that stress hormone. And then also some things to help you get into a deeper sleep quicker and sleep throughout the night. And so really the way I look at it is two things. We're looking for the best way to start your day and the best way to end your day. So that's Elevate in the morning, Accelerate at night. Hydrate, I'm not going to get into a lot of information because it's kind of our first issue that we've run into with the coronavirus. This product comes from Okinawa, Japan. And right now we're having trouble getting it because the manufacturer's on complete lockdown. We have an option for a very similar product out of the US. It's a liquid instead of coral minerals. But the concept there is simple. And if we end up replacing it with this other product, it's going to be the same exact concept. Most people understand, even if they don't think about it, most people have heard that you need to drink water. Most of the time you need to drink more water than you're drinking. So what our basic concept is, if you're supposed to drink water and you want to drink more water, why not drink the best water that you can? So we're talking about water with trace minerals, raising the pH, negative ORP, and breaking down the clusters that when you get water out of the tap, out of the bottle, you pour it in, these water molecules like to cluster together, typically in clusters of 5 to 7. And so the product helps break down those clusters so that it can actually penetrate the cell. Water is designed to transport nutrients. It's designed to clean out the cells, take the toxins out, flush your body of toxins, all kinds of things the body uses water for. And so that's why we have the water product. Rejuvenate is just a face serum, but it's much more than a face serum. It's all based off of Golgi stem cells. That's kind of the next generation of apple stem cells, but there's studies on it for wound healing. So this could be any type of a wound. This could even be a rash. So this could be a rash, infection, cut, burn, scrape, anything like that. In addition to that, it can also be joint pain. Anything that you would use stem cells for, to go get stem cells shot in your knee, stem cells shot in your shoulder, then there's different things that you can use this serum for that. So it's not only a face serum for anti-aging to help improve the aging or slow down the aging process, I guess is the best thing. Where a lot of people are looking and worried about their face, but it's not. It's designed as a face serum, but because of the ingredients that are in it, it can be used for wound healing, for anything, any cuts, scrapes, burns, even sore muscles, those types of things. You can use Rejuvenate. And then Great Kids, and right here, this can be added to water. It's not very strong for water. It's actually meant to be like a pixie stick straight to mouth. And it's similar to Elevate without any stimulants. So we call it Great Kids because it's flavored more for kids, more like your pixie sticks, candy, pour it in your mouth, dissolve. But again, it's not only for kids. A lot of adults take it too, especially if they're sensitive to stimulants. And so getting most of the same nutrition that's in Elevate without the stimulants. And again, we call it Great Kids because in our Russian market, there's a lot of people really asking for us to put something together for kids, because a lot of times when things are really tight, obviously most parents love their kids and would do things for your kids that you'll go without for yourself. So they felt that there's a lot of families and a lot of people that would buy something for their kids because, obviously they love them, care about them, want to make sure that they have proper nutrition, even if they might go without it on their own because money's tight. And so that's why they really asked us to put together a kids vitamin. And to be honest with you, I think it's more popular with adults than it is kids. But we have videos all over that site with kids 2, 3, 4, 5 taking it, asking for it. I have friends that aren't in the business that stop by every couple months, pick up a couple bags because their nieces and nephews or kids or grandkids are always asking for it. And so it's a great product. In the kids vitamin industry, you pretty much have like Flintstones and those types that are all 100% synthetic. And just the average diet these days, they're missing out a lot of nutrition, which again, when we're talking about nutrition, talking about vitamins, I think even more important than vitamins is the minerals. And so that's basically what our product line is. And I probably have 30 different, samples of products that we're looking at to add as soon as things chill out a little bit and less restrictions.
So last but not least, I need your expertise on this. Please explain to me or to the viewers about how people are leading with the samples. I believe you have some kind of sample deal where people can sample the products and they get on it. Yeah, I don't know, it's free or I don't know how that works, but how does the sample part work?
Yeah, so we have what we call a 3-day Epic experience. That's 3 days of Elevate, 3 days of Accelerate. We're actually moving this we've had a lot of feedback from our distributors. We opened it up for distributors where a distributor could get started through the app for $14.95, be in the tree, be qualified for commissions, be active. But a lot of the people would prefer the $14.95 to just be available for customers. And so we probably are going to move that to just customers here next week. I'll be sending out an email probably today. But the $14.95, what most people are doing, Rodney, is you can buy 10 for $99. That qualifies you for every bonus that there is. And then you can sell them, hand them out, however you want to build. If you're talking to somebody and they want to try it, we have people selling them anywhere from, if you're just breaking even, it'd be $10 a pack. A lot of people are selling them for $15 a pack, $20 a pack, or they're giving them away to build the business. And so it's just a great way for somebody to see if they like it or not. One of the things that I've made the mistake of, and I'm sure a lot of other people have, is try a product and you don't love it and think, oh man, I don't like the product that much. so it's not for me. One of the things I would really take a good look at is go to the testimonial group. Because if you judge every single product based on how you like it, as opposed to how the general public likes it, a lot of times you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So if I go out and I give this to 10 different people, what I'm going to expect is 2 or 3 of them are going to like the product enough to purchase it. And that's what I look for. If I give this product to 10 people and they say, oh, I don't know, I didn't really notice anything, that's not a good product for this business. There's no product that you're going to give to 10 people and all 10 love it. I'd rather have 8 people hate it and 2 people love it and go with that type of a margin, because I know if I give this out to 10 people, I have a good chance of getting 2 of them to get started. And so for some people, stimulants, some people are super, super sensitive to stimulants, and, it might be too strong for them. Some people, stimulants, don't hardly even affect them because they've taken so many stimulants for so long that they take it and say, I didn't feel anything. And so that's why I think it's important that people pay attention to that Facebook group that has, 73, 74, 75,000 people on it, and thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonials, and really look at it that way. Because if I think between the Rejuvenate, the Hydrate, the Great Kids, the Elevate, Accelerate, we have something for every single person. But what people really need to look at is, do I have a product that I can get this product out and the product's actually going to convert sales for me? And you don't have to look any further than just talking to some of the leaders, because that's literally what they're doing. Before we had the 3-day epic experience, since everything comes in a blister pack, people were just cutting and selling or giving away 3 to 5 capsules of each one. And then 2 or 3 days later, the person's calling and ordering. So really, it's probably our easiest duplication method, is just letting the product do all the work. The other great thing about it is it's all commissionable. So if I'm teaching somebody to buy 10 of these, get them out throughout the month, follow up with the people, now all of a sudden it's a great marketing expense, because they're buying the product, they're using that product to bring their people in, and then their people are doing the same thing. And then if they like the product personally themselves, they're probably also buying product that they're personally consuming. So the sample business is also a great way to get the volume up.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. You've been very, 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 very helpful with a lot of detailed information. I think that a lot of the individuals on here have gotten a better understanding of what's going on than they did when they first probably just signed up. So right before we leave or go, I just wanted to ask if there's any questions out there that anyone wanted to ask in case I missed something. I wanted to make sure that our viewers were able to do a little bit of interaction with us, okay, for the last couple of minutes. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, yep.
Sure. Okay, so anyone out there who's on our actual Zoom right now, if you have any questions you want to ask, and I'll let you go live, ask that question to Dan, myself, or Lance, and then we can get it answered, and you should be happy. So is there anyone out there that has a question that you want to ask that's related to this actual business? Anyone out there?
Yeah, hey, John, can you hear? This is John Clark.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, good. I just bought my product last night. The question is, when's it going to ship out to me? How fast am I going to get it?
Usually ships out within the next business day. So if you ordered it last night, it should have shipped today. You can log in, and by this evening, it should show your tracking number. And then it's just tracking from the shipping. Most in the US is usually anywhere from 2 to 5 days, depending on how far you are from Utah or shipping it from Utah. But the tracking should be available the next business day.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, John. Anyone else? Huey Rose, you had a question earlier? And by the way,
Rodney.
Hey, what's going on? Epic Enforcer.
Hey, this is Jermaine. How you doing, Rodney? I had a question. So someone can actually start this business with no money out of pocket and start building a customer base? Did I hear that correctly, or?
100%. So somebody can get started in the business for free, either through the Epic Builder or through their upline, putting them in an open spot in the back office. And then once you are in, a free member is qualified for unlimited fast start. So if you do bring in a distributor, which we call a brand partner, you will get the 50% bonus, and then also unlimited customers. If you happen to get 2 customers, that'll mark you as an active distributor. So all you have to do to max out the plan is either have 2 customers or have, well, to max out the plan, you have to have 2 customers or an order with 70 CV. To max out the 2-team plan, which is 20,000 a week plus matches on your personals, it's just any active order, which right now our lowest order is the $14.95. Typically it's 25. But if you have 2 customers, you don't need a personal order. And so we have people that most of the time we would recommend that you order the product just in case people ask you questions about it, that you should at least have tried it or seen it. But we have dozens of people, maybe more, that I have seen that have made hundreds or even 1,000 plus before they've ever ordered the product. But there's never an order necessary in order to make unlimited income in the business.
You know, this is one of the first businesses that I've seen, the product base, that a person can join actually for free and still get an income and no pay to play. And that is pretty exciting to actually really see that live. Any other questions out there? Anyone else? And I will be sending this replay out as soon as it's over with. I'll send it out through an email and I'll put it on my Facebook page as well. So you guys will have a replay of this to send out to your new individuals and to be able to refresh it for yourself as well. So I think we don't have any more questions. I think you guys, Lance did a great job. Lance, are you still there? You want to close us out? Lance, I think he's there. Lance Conrad, where'd you go? I think Lance
he could be multitasking on another call or something like that. So why don't you go ahead and close us out, Rodney? You got it started. You can go ahead and finish it.
Hey, Lance, I'm gonna give you a call after. Dan, I'm gonna give you a call right after this too as well. So just be prepared. Guys, I want to thank you guys for showing up, showing your interest, signing up, being excited about this new plan called Be Epic. Make sure you get back to the person who invited you to this actual Zoom. If it were me, get back with me. I will be sending out a replay of this actual Zoom as soon as it is rendered and ready to go out. I'll put it in a YouTube form so you can pass it around. You can jack it off my YouTube and put it on your YouTube, and you'll just be fine. If you got questions about getting started tonight and start getting your team ready to rock and roll, please let us or the person who brought you in know. This has been a Bitcoin Rodney event, and I will see you guys on the next Zoom. Peace.